Have you ever set a goal with the best intentions only to lose momentum a few weeks in? Well, you're not alone, and the good news is you're not meant to do this alone. In today's episode, we're talking about the power of accountability and community in personal growth. When you surround yourself with the right people, your potential multiplies. Welcome to the Mindful Introvert podcast. I'm Joe, your guide from mindfulintrovert.com, on a mission to inspire and empower you. As an inner peace and abundance coach, I'll help you slow down, trust your intuition, and explore spirituality for a more peaceful life. Ready to be empowered? Let's dive into today's episode and embark on your journey to self-discovery and fulfillment. Today, I want to explore why we cannot do it alone and how accountability can actually be a superpower, and how important the energy of a supportive community is for our goals as well, how to overcome resistance and the fear of being seen. I want to also explore how you can create and find your tribe, because that is super, super important. And I feel like a lot of people are wanting to do that. Feeling stuck or disconnected from your purpose? It's time to awaken your inner goddess. Join me for a free live masterclass, Awaken Your Inner Goddess, Transform from Stuck to Empowered. We'll dive into somatic manifestation and help you align with confidence, clarity, and flow. It's happening on the 12th of December. Don't miss it. Click in the link in the show notes to register, and your transformation starts now. Personal development often gets painted as the solo self-mastery journey. But the truth is, humans are wired for connection. We are not an island. Research shows that people are more likely to stick to their goals when they have support and accountability. And I can give you a very quick example. Just this morning, I had a client and she came to me because she needed more of discipline and tools that she could use for herself to make herself accountable and have herself go on a walk. And she was telling me that in the past she was consistent with it because she had a friend that was going with her. And then circumstances changed and she no longer has that friend to go with her and she struggles to go alone. Very important to do something with another person, accountability buddy. At the same time, yes, it's important to have tools to do it on your own. But this is just the power of doing something with someone else and supporting each other. So that's why fitness groups boost workout consistency. I go to my cycling class every week because I know that I will be surrounded with a bunch of people that are there to do the same, and it's high power, high energy vibe. And I can tell you that just this week, the instructor is off. So it's going to be a virtual class. And I could already tell in the booking system of the gym app that people are not going because it's going to be a virtual instructor, in the sense that it's just like a video, tell us what to do. It's not the same vibe. So study groups can also improve academic performance. I used to study a lot with other people. That would make it much more enjoyable. The time would go faster. I would learn a lot because sometimes hearing it from other people, or we would ask each other questions, it was much more engaging and it would stick better. And that's why courses, group coaching, masterminds are much better to lead to more business breakthroughs and just personal breakthroughs when you are doing it as a group. And sometimes, I don't know if you've ever listened to or heard or witnessed someone being coached, you always find some aspects that match your own experience and that you can get clarity from, sometimes even more clarity because you're seeing it from the outside, so you're not emotionally engaged with the situation, and you're getting insights and resolutions to your own situations. So it can be super impactful to be in a group. And I used to do my empowerment circles every week on Sunday evenings for my meetup group. And it was so amazing. I actually got a lot of friends from that group. And it's just so beautiful, the connections we get from people all over the world that are there for 1 hour, 1.5 hours together, sharing insights, sharing situations and life experiences that just make you feel warm and held. So that is super empowering and powerful. So when we are connecting to others who share similar goals, you can tap into their collective energy, and that is really going to fuel motivation, consistency, and resilience. So very important to let go of that idea of, oh, I'm just being a burden, no one cares about me, or I know I can do it on my own. Yes, you can do it on your own, but you don't have to. It's much more enjoyable when you do it in a group or with someone else. And accountability can be a superpower. I see this a lot in my coaching. I have clients that come every week, and not because they actually need and they're super troubled in their personal development journey. No, that's not why. They come because it's 1 hour that they make on their calendar for themselves to talk about themselves, about the life that they're experiencing, the goals they have, and to get a sounding board almost, and that accountability of me asking, okay, what about the goals we set for the past week? How were they achieved? Okay, how can we work like this week? So it's an accountability that makes so much better experience, easier, more smooth, and it's just almost a weekly check-in that you can do with yourself. And if you cannot afford a coach, that's perfectly fine. I actually have a free weekly checklist that is almost like a tune in to your heart space, and you can do some journaling prompts. So I'll leave here in the show notes as well for you to download completely free, and you can do that checklist with 10 rituals that can really help you to bring more awareness and clarity into your week. So accountability isn't just about someone just checking your goals and making sure you're on track. It's also about having someone who believes in you enough to hold you to your highest potentials. And that's exactly what I do with my clients. I am not just be there like a police, being like, oh, are you doing this? Are you not doing this? Because that brings even more pressure and sometimes makes the opposite intention, the final intention that is helping people, it makes them feel pressured, it makes them feel constrained, and just has the opposite effect. So that is not my intention. My intention is, I know that you can do this. I know that you have it in you. I know that you're able to love yourself to the highest standard, and anything less, I am going to tell you that this is what's happening. And when you know someone's checking in, you're far more likely to follow through, and it's just a given. So how you can find the right accountability partner. So really look for someone that has similar or complementary goals. And we're not talking about a coach in this situation because you don't need, in order to find the right coach, you don't need to have similar goals, all right? You just need to find someone that you connect with and that you feel respected and you feel supported, you feel heard, and you also feel challenged. I challenge my clients all the time. I tell them straight from the beginning, I say, look, I am here to challenge you. I'm here to give you new perspectives, take you out of the box. And that's my role here. So find someone that does that for you with kindness, with compassion, with respect, and respecting your boundaries as well. But what I'm saying right now is finding a friend, finding some accountability partner that is going to help you. and they can be supportive but also honest. So honesty and calling you out on your bullshit is very important as well. And is also committed to mutual growth. Because if you're elevating yourself and up leveling to such a degree that it's faster than them, there is going to be a little bit of a disconnection there. So just find someone that is committed as well. And I can tell you that to me, what made the most difference was really starting that group on Meetup, like I was telling you, and joining that weekly meeting with lovely women and men as well. We had some men, and it was just so interesting to hear their stories and see how they cope with things and help them in that sense. It really helped me as well. There was one day that I was just super stressed, and I told them, look, I had this prepared, this exercise prepared, but I'm extremely anxious, and I don't even know if I'm able to finish the session and be a good guide for you today, because I'm just feeling super stressful. And they welcomed me in, and they supported me, and they walked me through some things. So it was a two-way street, and that was really good for me to feel held and supported. And the same with my cycling. Even though I don't really talk to a lot of people there, I just keep it to myself, I feel the same energy. Everyone is having the same type of energy. So that is very impactful and helps me want to keep going. So why community accelerates growth? It's contagious. The energy is contagious when you're surrounded by people actively pursuing their goals. You can help but level up. That's why they say you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, because you are impacted and impacting people's energies as well. You don't have to be an empath. This is what human beings do. Think of it like running a race. When you're alone, you might slow down, but when you're running with others, their pace inspires you to keep going. And I can tell you that sometimes when I go to the spinning class, I purposely sit next to this other lady that I know she's going to push me because she goes so fast. And I, in comparison, I'm not going as fast. So I'm like, okay, let me speed up. So find someone, find peers, just be included in environments and situations where you are a little bit uncomfortable so that you can up level. And there's a lot of benefits to community support. You have motivation boost, seeing others succeed reminds that your dreams are possible. And here I can tell you that if you feel a little bit of jealousy, even if it's like white jealousy, that is because you haven't yet recognized that it is possible for you. And so you're resentful because you think that, oh, it's not possible, or it's not possible right now, or I'm not as good as them. No, let go of that, because that is just mirroring back to you how you can accept that you are receiving that as well and work towards it, obviously. Another benefit is encouragement during challenges, someone to remind you why you started when you feel like quitting. Again, we always have to have in the forefront of our mind why we are doing things, what is the purpose, why we're going to the gym, why we're writing a book, why we're doing the things that we're doing. But sometimes you lose steam. And just today I was telling my boyfriend, I feel like I'm losing a little bit of steam. I feel like sometimes it doesn't matter, no one cares, this and that. But this is not true. And my boyfriend was saying, no, just keep going. We'll be all right. You'll learn. And so it's good to have that person that just keeps motivating you and reminds you the good that you are and the good that you're doing when you're feeling like you're just had enough. Another benefit is new perspectives and ideas. So insights that you might not have thought of your own. And Again, very good to have a coach on this because they are a little bit more of a neutral perspective. Friends sometimes can have their clouded vision and perspectives and cloud your own judgment as well. So either way, it's good to just see it from a different angle. And your community is like soil for your personal growth. The more nourishing the environment, the stronger your roots become. So just make sure you are very careful with the people you surround yourself, situations you surround yourself, the energy that you are in. So how can you overcome resistance and the fear of being seen? Vulnerability is key. And many people resist joining communities because they fear like being judged or failing in front of others. I can tell you that when I started to dance, started with salsa, now I'm more into bachata. But when I started, I felt super uncomfortable. And I felt, oh, I don't know anyone. This is weird. I'm dancing with these people so close, and I don't know them. It just feels icky. It just feels uncomfortable. And the more I did it, the easier it got. And it's been a while since I've been to salsa. And this past Friday, I decided to go. It's been like literally months, maybe 3 or 4 months, or maybe even more. And I decided to go to class. And it was actually quite nice to see people that I haven't been seeing for a long time and just catching up with them and feeling like, oh, these are familiar faces. And it doesn't matter that I'm not as good of a dancer or I'm not perfect or I make mistakes. We're learning together and I feel safe. So vulnerability is where the real transformation happens. When you allow yourself to be seen and the flaws and all, you really open the door for genuine connection. So how can you start building trust in a group? First of all, I need to tell you that you need to build trust within yourself. Trust that you're good, trust that you have something to offer, trust that your energy has some impact in others. But start by sharing small wins or struggles and share them with pride of yourself. Practice active listening and support others first because that really creates a safe space for people. And also choose safe and aligned communities where growth is celebrated. You don't want to be hanging out with people that whenever you succeed, you feel like you cannot tell them because they'll be jealous or they'll be not so welcoming or they'll make fun of you. No, just find people that support you, uplift you, make you feel happy and proud for your success. So remember, everyone is on their own journey and nobody's judging you as harshly as you think. It's all in our minds. So how can you really create or just join and find your tribe? I created my tribe because I was actually feeling lonely on Sundays. Sundays were a difficult day for me because it was almost like the end of the week, the beginning of a new one, and that energy was a bit stagnant within myself. So I felt lonely and I created a meetup group, just like a catch up, like a weekly meeting where we could empower ourselves and feel less alone and feel better. So that's what I did. I created it. And I created my tribe, but I've also joined other tribes, like the dancing tribe, the cycling tribe. So you actually need to try it and see if it is for you. So finding the right community, you need to look for shared values and aligned goals. You need to look for supportive energy and positivity and opportunities for growth and learning. And sometimes these opportunities, they come at a cost of being challenging to you, of putting yourself outside of your comfort zone, of doing something that you've never done before in ways that you've never thought of. It's really about you expanding yourself. So here's some ideas to join or creating that community. So join online groups. Meetup is an amazing tool. The website is meetup.com. And you have a lot of masterminds or coaching programs as well are an option. You can start your own accountability circle with friends or colleagues for anything, studying, business, workout, anything. Attend workshops, retreats, or live events to build in-person connections. You can do it also virtually. I'm having my free masterclass on Thursday. It's going to be a live event on Zoom, and people are going to join, like, I have their cameras on, they can interact. I want it to be quite an interactive situation where we can share some experiences, personal experiences. So definitely join. I'll leave here the show notes as well for you to join. And it's going to be on the 12th, so this Thursday at 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. So just come and join us for some community, and will be really nice to empower yourself. So a practical tip to take away from this episode, I would say reach out to one person today who inspires you and see how you can support each other's growth. Just create that connection there. You're capable of so much more than you realize, but you don't have to get there alone. So surround yourself with people who lift you up, hold you accountable, and remind you of your greatness. If you're ready to experience the power of accountability and community, join my upcoming masterclass, Awaken Your Inner Goddess and Transform from Stuck to Empowered. And let's just rise together. And if this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I love seeing how these insights land with you. Share and follow and rate the show. It really helps to reach out to more people that can benefit from these learnings. And I will see you next episode. Bye. Thank you for joining me on the Mindful Introvert podcast. I hope you found inspiration to harmonize your mind, body, and spirit. If you're ready to explore your journey further, book a free inner peace assessment call with me at mindfulintrovert.com or use the link in the show notes. Together, we'll uncover the steps to manifest your dreams. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Woo Woo Scientist for daily tips and inspiration. Let's connect and continue this journey together.